afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to Throwbacks, where we talk all things cool and retro. Tonight we're coming at you from Mi Casa. We're going to look around and do this year's toy room tour, so you can see what kind of stuff I got in here. And of course, as similar to last year, it's a mess, so don't expect much. So let's get after it. And that was a quick little run through. We're going to take our time now and put eyes on everything, and maybe some descriptions to go along with it. Not much has changed since last year. If you saw our video from last year, we're going to start off in the corner. Let's see, Gigantic Optimus Prime, Vehicle Voltron, my Fraggles, my Ninja Turtles, some Jedi, various 80s characters, including Spectre Gadget, Teddy Ruxpin, Chuck E. Cheese, Jeffrey the Giraffe, Snap Crackle Pop, Rainbow Bright. Going on down, we got Alf. Let's see, Uncle Travelin' Matt, and Little Gobo, some Cabbage Patch Kids, a wee Cookie Monster in the corner, and then of course you've got Moki, Boober, Gobo, Wembley Red, all the good Fraggles that you could stand to eat radishes with. And then going over one shelf, this is my Venture Brothers collection. If you're not familiar with the Venture Brothers and you like comic book stuff, superheroes and G.I. Joe and whatnot, check them out, man. I think their shows are streaming on, I want to say, Max right now? I'm not sure, but trust me, it's a great show. If you're not familiar with it, it's worth going back to the beginning and trying to check out. And then we've got my little meager Lord of the Rings collection there from 2003, I think. And they're all kind of crammed in there, but there's some cool ones in there. Every now and then I gotta take a picture of my orcs to make sure I don't buy the same orc over again if I'm somewhere in a flea market or whatever. And then we got my little Captain America collection there. Anytime we go toy hunting, I just, it's just kind of tradition. I have to get me a Captain America, and then we just stick him on the cap shelf, which is quite full right now. I'm kind of need to expand it a little bit. He might get 2 shelves soon. Unlike my friends the Power Rangers down there, that are more than happy with their little shelf at the bottom there, because you see I don't have many in my collection, unlike wonderful, sweet, darling nephew Brad, who has every single thing Power Rangers, including his socks and underwear. And yeah, there's that shelf. We're going to move over here to Farscape, which is also a pretty fun show. For me, it's pretty cool to go back and watch. This was on Sci-Fi Channel in the late 90s, early 2000s. Really cool little show. It's pretty interesting. It was made by Jim Henson, and they filmed it in Australia. It was pretty neat. So, it's one faction of the show is called the Peacekeepers. So peacemakers snuck in there, helping keep the peace. Because I figured he's in scale with them, so he actually kind of looks right.
Why not?
Compared to those guys. And now we're starting out with some Motu. And we got the bad guys here. Of course, it's all Darky McDark-sickle under there. And you put some lights. It's funny, that shelf is actually a little shorter than I thought it was. So if you look in the corner there, you can see like a lot of their heads are like scrunched into the the top of the shelf. So.
Yeah, I got some wrestlers that are like that.
Yeah, it actually helps them stand up. So it's not the worst thing.
Squeezes them.
Yeah. They got those little squishy heads. And then we got the good guys. A little bit of vintage and origins mixed together. I just put out the version that I like the most. And then under those guys, we've got the 2000X, the Mike Young Productions He-Man, which is very cool. Probably my favorite He-Man canon-wise. But that's a good show. You can probably get the whole thing on DVD for like $20 somewhere. It's worth watching. The figures, they're kind of expensive. Then I got a little bit of everything under there. I got the Snake Man, and She-Ra, got the Evil Horde. And you know, if you look back in the corner there, there's like 4 or 5, maybe 6, I forget, Horde troopers, which most people have out front. For some reason, I have them shoved in the back. Like, you know, they're not worth the $100 each. But anywho, moving right along. I got a little bit of this and that, a little bit of catch-all up there. Got some Rick and Morty action figures. And there's Castle Grayskull with Point Dread up there, the Talon Fighter, and Snake Mountain, and some New Adventures characters up there. Kind of, I think they went up there to like pee off the top of Snake Mountain because they lost a bet or something. And you got Vinnie Mac and the Nature Boy, just having a little conversation. And we're gonna some more whatever. You know, I haven't really got this shelf squared away yet. Some Robotech stuff. More of a mess. There's our boy Pee Wee. I'm on the shelf. Oh! And other than that, you know, I only do like one wrestling shelf at a time because I've got probably thousands of wrestling characters, but it's just, you know, there's so many. I would literally fill up half the side of the room if I put them all out. So I just, you know, every once in a while I just pick some and I put them up here. Pretty random. And some random crap. There's some Star Wars ships and some more Motu guys that didn't make their way onto the Motu shelf. And the bottom there is my Inhumanoids collection. One of the more kind of interesting properties of the mid-'80s. They had a really awesome cartoon, and the figures were, some would say awesome. I don't know, they're kind of clunky to mess with these days, but they're definitely pretty awesome to have. And they are some big mamma jammas. You know, you put them next to some G.I. Joes, and they really look cool. So there's that. And it looks like some more. What do we got up there? Some more Robotech guys. My Snake Mountain the newer Snake Mountain that I haven't opened yet. Panther, the non-flocked version. Let's see. What else do we have up here? Some Zentradi Officer's Battle Pod from Robotech, and and he killed all those guys. They're all laying down.
Took them out.
That's at the end of Macross when they bombarded the Earth. And just some various Robotech stuff. Yeah, we got the Hulkster. He fell into the Motu slime pit. He didn't take his vitamins or say his prayers that day.
No.
And more Robotech. Those are all my figures that I need to set up. I just kind of threw them there for now. But I will set them up and have them looking sharp at some point. I'll probably do a video on them pretty soon. There's some jets and stuff. It's all cool stuff. I wish you could see it, but sorry I didn't stand them up right. They look like crap. I just recently revamped everything in here, so yeah, about half the room is squared away, and then half is a pile of mess.
You get what you get, and you don't throw it.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, if you don't like it, it's okay. It'll look different next time. And still my same old Star Wars. What were they calling this? Oh, I guess this is just Attack of the Clones. I thought this was some saga collection or something, but I forgot. And there's my giant Motu poster from Eternia. This comes with Eternia. It's a really sweet poster. It looks pretty neat, so I put it up there. Okay, and there's my Imperial Shuttle with my Transformers the movie poster. The one and only movie that they ever made. And I wish they'd make another one, but we can hope, right? There's Unicron, the big baddie of the Transformers world. And let's see, we're gonna go down, and there's Transformers Animated. I know, not the most original name because there's been a million animated Transformers shows, but I promise you that's what it's called, Transformers Animated. Or TF Animated, whichever you prefer. I got some, that's all that would fit on that one shelf. And some Ghostbusters. And that guy. I don't know how he got out of the containment unit. And, yeah, the various Ghostbusters from Hasbro. The slimed versions, the regular versions, the old versions, the wee kids that are carried on the legacy. And some ghosty doggies. And some marshmallow folk. And, yeah, more random crap that I stuck on the shelf. Slimer hides there. And, some Dungeons and Dragons guys. So, yep, there's that. They'll have Tiamat to fight here in a few months. And a box of ships, another Ecto 1, which I think I've got 3 or 4 of those now. And let's see, some boxed and carded Transformers, empty shelf, random stuff, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, some Joes. And there's my 25th anniversary edition G.I. Joe collection. There's some goodies in there. Some people didn't like this line. I thought it was pretty cool, especially for when it first came out. These were $5 a piece, folks. $5 a piece. When's the last time you bought a super articulated anything for $5? I'm quiet because there's no answer. You didn't. Yeah, this was a long time ago. It's not gonna happen again. Yeah, there's some more animated Transformers, random stuff. There's the Transporter.
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 You know what I meant. You know what I meant.
I'm using it for a space bridge, I guess. And Unicron up there. He looks pretty intimidating. Then there's my season 4 bots, Decepticons there. There's some big boys. They take up a whole shelf. And, you know, I guess we got Shockwave and his gang on Cybertron, trying to contact Vector Sigma, and we won't look at this. This is a very messy show. The Quintesson he just wrecks everything with his big old celery tentacles, asparagus slopping around everywhere. And we got some Stunticons, both fans toys and X-Transbots. You notice X-Transbots is all their members on there. And those are all my Legends, scale Transformers, which, you know, like I said, I'm moving stuff around right now, so instead of on a shelf looking all glorious, they're just in a box right now, until I put them over here somewhere. Now we've got some big boys, we got some Combiners, we got Superion and Omega Supreme, and his little buddy Doc, or Doctor, whatever his name is. And then we got Predaking. We're going to go down and look at the Dinobots. You know the Dinobots. Everybody knows the Dinobots. We all know the Dinobots. Come on now. And then down there, yeah, just random bots. This is going to be my Aerial Bots shelf. They're sharing it with some other folks. I got one more to go. And the first of my, let's see. Okay, we're at Season 2 Autobots. You know those guys. They don't need any introduction. And more Transformers Animated, some weird, wacky stuff, another Shockwave, and my Protectobots. This is probably going to be my Protectobots shelf. And yeah, I got both versions of them coming into, and some TIE Fighters, and some Terracons just hanging out, taking in the nice weather.
Doing Terracon things?
Doing Terracon stuff, doing terrible things. And, you know, Predaking, Devastator, Bruticus, you know those guys. And then we got the main Decepticons, you know, those guys that beat the devil out of Autobot City back in 2005. And there they are with Megatron and the boys. That's how they look. He's always looked like that. He never looked any different. He looks like Megatron. And we got Skyfire, who's hanging out on that shelf because he's super tall, so he has to hang out with you know, on this shelf with Caltran 1. And there's my Super 7 Optimus Prime, just for the hell of it. Fast Toys Cliff Jumper, because he just happened to be there. Laserbeak spine on him. Let's see, who is that? There's Holler. And, oh, there's my Alligator-Con crawling around up there. Get back in the sewer. You call Crocmaster already, will you? And then we got, oh, look at that. There's the original art crew from season 1. Looks like they got a little bit of an Insecticon problem going on there. It's like they call the exterminator. And they're going to eat Chip. Look out, Chip. Roll for it, buddy. We're going to eat you. Ah. And this is where I was just kind of moving stuff around. So you got a pile of primes. And we're going to move it over here where things are slightly more organized, but not really. Let's see, there's the Ark and Trypticon. And let's see, my Junkions. Let's see, I have 6 of them, and I think there's 10 of them altogether, maybe 12, I'm not sure. But I was like, you know what, I'm good with 6. That's all I need. I don't need a million Junkions. However, I do need a million sweeps. because sweeps, you know. Scourge and the boys. Some Ironhide. A couple, you know, there's my season 3 Autobots just kind of hanging out. Their shelf is kind of a mess too, as I started putting stuff on their shelf that doesn't belong. Some G1 characters and whatnot. And some more G1s. Silliness. And stuff I was moving around. You have some Sharkticons back there. They're kind of cool. And we're going to move over. Oh, look at that. We got Dicron over there. I'm going to do a video with him. There's Scorponok. And, my God. What is my brain just went dead. Scorponok and Fortress Maximus. Of course it's Fortress Maximus. Fortress Maximus. Of course I must. And then season 4 Autobots, which actually had more than I thought, so they're kind of taking up that shelf until I combine the train bots to form, what's his name? Raiden. Because yeah, he's a big fella. Big fella. And some more randos. Chug Monster Bots, and then here's the real mess of a shelf right here. You got a little Chug, Quintessons, you got Starscream, and there's Dicron back in the back there. That was poor man's Voltron back in the day. Let's see, who we got down here? Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Got one of the Quintesson guards, old Impossible Toys, Nightbird. Some Super 7 stuff, some Hasbro Red line, and let's see, we're going to finish up Transformers here with some, I think that's the red line, and a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I forget what that Starscream is from, Super Collectible for SCF, I think, Ultimate SCF, something like that, and then I get this Star Wars Vintage collection figures because I don't know what to do with them, and then my last box of Transformers that I need to get on the shelf. And there's the Cobra Night Raven that touched down on top of my shelf there, and some more Super 7 reaction Transformers that I need to display properly, and along with my Stranger Things action figures, and some Craporama. And look at there's Starscream's Ghost. That guy will appear anywhere. You just can't get rid of that guy. Can't get rid of him. In the corner, you got old W hiding under there. I don't know what to do with that guy. Creepy. And then my Voltrons. I got original vehicle Voltron, and then the new-ish Mattel line Voltron. Which is pretty cool. I wish they were the same size, but what do you do? What do you do? And then we got some G.I. Joe classified. And finally got those set up on their own shelf because they were stepping on all over on top of each other. And there's the Cobra team, Cobra Command. Cobra! Because you love my Cobra Commander impressions. I know you do.
That's why they come here.
All the time. Oh, look, there's once a man. Somebody will downvote me because they're mad that they didn't get one because I got one of these. Just kidding. And some accessories and look at all those file cards. My God, those are all original file cards. That's probably money right there. You collect file cards? Let me know. Maybe I'll hook you up. And there's my Super 7 Joes. They are not properly displayed whatsoever. They're laying in a big death pile that I need to correct. And moving back in time to Kenner, back before they were Hasbro. Well, I mean Hasbro was Hasbro, but they bought Kenner, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. And some Star Wars figures from back in the day. It came from such places as Woolworth, Zayre's, Lionel Playworld. Let's see, Empire Strikes Back. And yes, folks, there is a few customs in there. Don't freak out. They're not rare. And Return of the Jedi. They made so many figures from Return of the Jedi that I got them on 2 shelves. That's with the Power of the Force. I just put the Power of the Force with whatever movie they're supposed to go to. They don't get their own shelf. So that's them. Those are they. And we got the Queen's Starship, which has always been a favorite thing of mine, even though it's just a big dumb piece of plastic at the end of the day. Always had a lot of fun messing with that. And my Episode 1 Black Series shelf. Yes, it's very sparse. They need to make more Episode 1 figures, but, you know, as we are making this, we just learned of a few more prequel figures, one being an Episode 1 character that I'm excited about. There's Episode 2. Attack of the Clones. Do you remember the posters that came out that, you know, they tried to fool you to make you think the clones were going to be the bad guys? And then they were the good guys. And then 3 years later, they were the bad guys. Weird how it all comes around. It's like poetry, it rhymes. And there's some Clone Wars figures. There's my custom Umbara troopers with Pong Krill, one of my favorite pieces of the Clone Wars. You know, you got the main ones there, and then we're gonna just go into A New Hope for some reason, because they're not really in order. I have more to unbox to add to that pretty soon, so that'll be cool. Hopefully. And ESB is sadly hidden down here, but you know, I gotta put stuff somewhere. I need like those little lights that come up out of the floor, you know. Like I'm gonna put them in like one of those cars that jump up and down in the freeway. And there's old Din Djarin, who I still don't believe his last name is Din. I think that's still supposed to be his first name, but whatever. And I put the Rebels with Ahsoka because it's basically like the continuation of that. So
Very much so.
they all kind of fit together there. And there's my Episode 3 shelf, which, yeah, they could use some more Black Series love, I think. Had to throw a few customs in there to bump that up. And Return of the Jedi never needs more figures because, good lord, Return of the Jedi always had the most characters. Thank God they made figures for them. And moving right along, let's see, we got Andor. So, yeah. Got the new Deidre Miro figure, which I'm still waiting for her buddy Cecil, so get him in there. And then we got Rogue One. Good old Rogue One. Yes, sirree, Bob. One of my favorites. What's your favorite Star Wars movie? I don't know what mine is. Probably Return of the Jedi. And then we got the Republic Commandos, Delta Squad, and then some expanded. I should have put them with Bad Batch, but anyway. There's just some expanded universe and some rando figures that I like. It's kind of hanging out. right there for the time being. And then you know what we have no absolute shortage of whatsoever is the Mandalorian figures. Yes, sirree, Bob. Ooh, I tell you what, if Big Bird made an appearance on there, he'd have an action figure the next day. Well, maybe not big. Maybe if he wore Mando armor that they could easily use parts from. And there's some character from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. And my Vader lost his head, so I put Agent Coulson's head on there for now.
Just why not?
Yeah, why not? And that's Book of Boba, and then there is Solo.
Give Solo some love.
Yeah, I love Solo. It was a great movie. And then a really underrated project was Bad Batch. Love the Bad Batch. Great show. Watch it right now on Disney Plus for $75 a month or whatever they're charging us now. And more random McFandom. Got some Tauntauns for some reason with a Bantha. Well, he sticks out like a sore thumb, doesn't he? And let's see, my Sky Striker with Ace chilling. So hard to find room to like put some of these ships that Worf's just leaving stuff laying around. It's crazy. Some of my bigger Star Trek characters and some of my littler Star Trek characters. I gotta set them up somewhere. And there's my Deep Space Nine, which clearly that doesn't belong there. I gotta like put that somewhere. And there's where it's at. My AT-AT. Up above the AT-AT, there's my poster from the actual Star Tours in Disney that a cast member threw away, and I was like, I'll take that, thank you. There's a Sentinel. That's the old school Sentinel. That might be the first one they ever made, honestly. He's alright. There's my X-Men shelf. And the old school ones, of course, because I only have like maybe 10 Marvel Legends. And some more just random, some Black Series unopened, and some the Clone Wars, 2002 Clone Wars, my favorite, love them. And there we got some Star Trek goodness. Take it all in, take it all in. Yep, definitely need some risers and some more space for those guys so they don't look like just a crowd of random colorful Q-tips in the stands. But I always liked the Playmate Star Trek figures. I always thought those were really cool. Definitely got a soft spot for those. And had to fill them out when it wouldn't be my toy room if there weren't some figures on the floor somewhere. More Marvel. And then my closet there with some posters and some carded Clone Wars figures. And let's see, I guess we're gonna move over to the middle of the room.
The island.
Yeah. We've got the G.I. Joe headquarters, which looks pretty much the same as it did last video. I would bet you $1. And oh, look at that! It's Eternia. Masters of the Universe, Eternia. Yep. Which I gotta finish building this pretty soon. All right. Yeah, high five.
High five for commenting, high five for subscribing.
Yeah. I got the Terradrome. There's a few Cobras hanging out. And some various big old ships and things and stuff and whatnot. Ooh, yep. It's all gonna find a spot eventually, I promise. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. But at some point. It'll be alright. Yeah, let's see, a lot of storage over here. Got my big Millennium Falcon. And yeah, I took this because they were lying because it is not there.
It was not there.
It was not there.
That was good old distribution problems for sure.
What do you do? But that's it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm going to throw one back. Please hit like and subscribe. We have new content every day, so on behalf of me and Brad, right there, we're going to throw one back. Thank you so much. Happy Halloween, and we'll see you.